Hello, welcome to How to Play MetroX Paris. For one to as many players as you have a sheet for. So, like last MetroX video, I think I missed something. So, anytime you draw a card, you're going to put the number in the window of the train that you're playing it in. Skip cards can mark an X and then skip over the next available X and mark it in space. And then a free space can be placed anywhere. We're placing it here specifically because if you get a transfer card, you have to place it in the next available slot. We could have played this on the yellow or red or the blue, and it would have been the same thing because those three lines run together. So today we're going to just use the MetroX board. You can see what it comes with. They're going to put those two cards in, even though we pretty much know how to play the game and we don't really need them. But we do need the penalty card, and basically those cards are the same either way. So we're going to use the MetroX cards today because, well, I didn't feel like proxying the playing cards. If you want to do that, go ahead and look at the MetroX New York City video to figure out how to play this game for free with a deck of cards. It's not really that big of a deal, but this game is worth buying. It's a fun community solitaire, meaning everybody's playing the game themselves, but you can do it in groups, and there's only one element of player interaction. That's basically the race to get a line finished before somebody else does. So this is the first time I've ever played the Paris map. It is a very, very tough map. This is, of course, a fan creation. And this is something I love about games like MetroX. MetroX is begging their fans to create a map of their own city. So if you have a city that has a lot of mass transit, it doesn't necessarily have to be a subway system. You can include buses. You can do all kinds of things. That's basically what they did with New York City's map. I've also printed up the London map. We'll do a video on that. And there's a couple more maps to print as well that we will do videos of. But I really love the concept of being able to make your own map of your own city and try to fit it within the game rules. And so, like always, when you get a 6, you reshuffle the deck, which is what I'm doing here so far. So basically, any time you draw a card, you don't necessarily have to use all 4 X's, but you do have to mark that 4 in a window of your choice. So we'll put it there in the purple, and we draw another 4. And so you can pretty much keep drawing X's until you either reach that number of X's or you run into another X. Now, in case of the running into another X, this problem, of course, is mitigated by having the skip cards. The skip cards allow you to jump over an X that's in your way and keep marking until you've marked the prerequisite number of X's that are available on the card. There's 2 2s and 2 skip 3s where we have a skip 3 here. So you try to find places where that line continues and you need to make some jumps is essentially what you're doing. And this is one of those games I really love. It's just a relaxing experience when there's nothing going on. Oh good, we got our free space, so now we can either complete our orange line, which for some reason we didn't do there. Probably so we can complete that line. So when you complete that line, you circle the yellow diamond that's there that gives you the points. Now when you're playing with somebody besides yourself, it's whoever finishes that line first gets to circle the yellow diamond. If you're the runner-up, you get the runner-up's point value that's underneath it. But this is a really relaxing and chill solitaire that you can just bring up at any time. In fact, somebody even developed a automated card flipper for you. So I always house rule it by after you have no more windows to play, see if you get a free space card that could have, if we would have had it, we could have had the orange line. Unfortunately, we didn't. So first time playing this game, a bit of a challenge. So we first thing you do is you count all the completed lines and total up their point values, which we got 10 points on our completed lines. Could have done better. Then we add up the transfers. The transfers give you a lot of points. And I didn't know this map has a lot of transfer places. Then you subtract your empty spaces. We had 13, which meant 6. So we only had a score of 20. So, you know, I kind of like this map. I see where there's some, oh man, perfect place to have a transfer. So we go to the first obvious one. I probably should have went to the brown line. The brown line had a really good transfer spot. But there were a lot of places on this map that after playing this the first time, just kind of blind without really studying it, I started noticing, man, there's some really, really good transfer opportunities in this map that the other maps don't necessarily have. And that's something I love about this game. can really create your own map using these mechanics. And I think it's if you have a creative side, this is the perfect opportunity to either make your own city a fictional city, or try to mimic your own city's transportation map itself between transfer stations and station lines that run concurrently for a little bit, and how many stations you're going to have. As far as if there's any mathematics involved in having the perfect symmetrical map that's close to the original maps, I don't know if that's the case. I'm not sure what it is. I'm thinking some of these created fan maps might be unbalanced compared to the original maps, so I don't know. I know they have a new sequel that's coming out. I think it's being released in Europe, maybe not in the US. But either way, this is one of those games where if you already own it, you could literally print it and laminate the sheet like I did, and it's yours forever. That sheet's going to last a long, long time. And it's a really chill game. I could teach this to somebody in a matter of a few seconds, and everybody I've shown it to that's played it says, I really enjoy this. It makes me think. It makes me really plan ahead. The card deck is finite. There's only, I think, 18 cards if I remember. I probably have that count completely wrong. Might be 12, might be 13 or 14. Not a whole lot, maybe even 9 cards. I can't remember, honestly, how many different cards there are in the MetroX deck. But it's not a lot, so it's somewhat of a difficult deck to shuffle, which is why I'm doing the flutter around on the table and mixing it up to get a true random. And there's a lot of times playing this map, I needed skip cards like you wouldn't believe it. I just didn't get them. And each game's going to be different because the card order is going to be different, so no two games are alike. But overall, just a really relaxing experience. You can play it at your own pace. When you're playing with other people, you don't turn the card till everybody's ready. It's just a fun way of doing things. So good. Now there's a skip 3. Maybe that'll do us some good. But yeah, essentially, you write the number in the window and you go down the line until there's a blank space, and you start filling in X's. Now, if you say get a 5 and you only have one possible open space, well, guess what? You're out of luck. You're not going to get all 5 X's in. You might only get 1. That can happen in this game. So now we're totaling up our total for the lines completed. Now we're going to count our empty spaces, consult our penalty card. That's a 4-point penalty, so we have a score of 29. So I got a little bit better there the second time. And like always, if you don't play this game in public, or you don't play any game in public, card game, dice game, board game, a domino game, come to the subreddit Card Game Meetups. We need more members. We need more people. Post your city. Post what games you know. And maybe someday, somebody that will be close to you will want to play. And it's my true sadness to come out today that Norm Macdonald has passed away. He was one of my favorite comedians. And in fact, this past week I was watching his old stuff. Didn't even know he was sick. I don't think anybody knew. And definitely did not expect this today. So Norm gave me a lot of laughs, and I'm going to miss him. So thank you for watching. Click that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next video.